Hello, hi, welcome back. This is Module 1B, Intro to Building Services, Part 2. My name is Architect Technologist Azrul Ismail, and I will be the lecturer for this module. Let's get started. From our previous Part 1, we already covered building system number 1, 2, and 3, which is electrical, lighting, and air conditioning system. To continue, today we're going to cover the remaining 5 building system, which is water supply system, sanitary and sewerage system, telephone and communication system, internet or LAN, fire safety system, and lastly, building transportation system. Alright, let's first start with water supply system. Clean water is important for cleaning, drinking, and washing clothes. In more complex buildings like factories, water may be the main tools or raw material in its manufacturing process. It can be used as water jet cutter, or the water itself is the product like beverage and mineral water. In buildings, water supplied by the local water provider companies like Syabas or Syarikat Air Selangor and AKSB or Air Kelantan Sdn Bhd and others. The main pipes are installed as infrastructure, normally beside roads, and then connected to individual piping system, starting at the meter point. In Malaysia, commonly the cold water system is used as there is no requirement for a hot water supply. For domestic use, water piping system utilized a gravity flow to distribute the water. Whereas in more complex and high-rise building, a water pump piping system is used. Before we can use the water right from the tap, the piping system need to be installed. If you can see at the diagram on the right below, this to show how the water connection from the meter until the tap. So first, we're going to have water supply meter. Second, main stopcock pipe. Third, water riser and service pipe. Fourth, main water tank. Fifth, distribution pipe. And sixth, water fittings. For example, the tap, shower, filter, and etc. Okay, now let's move on to sanitary and sewerage systems. The system starts with plumbing works from each sanitary fittings, for example, toilet bowl, wash basin, floor trap, and bathtub. All pipes are then connected in a system allowing the grey water to be discharged to a septic tank or public centralized sewerage line. Let's have a look at the diagram on the right side of the slide. Here you can see two stacks of pipes. The first one is discharge stack. This is where all the WC or the toilet bowls and other fittings are connected. And the grey water is channeled through the discharge stack to the septic tank. On the other hand, we can see a vent stack. This stack will go all the way up to the roof. The function is to neutralize the air pressure inside the stack and allow for the grey water movement in a nicely manner. Alright, now let's move on to the sewerage system. Sewerage system starts from the final discharge of building sanitary system into the septic tank. Basically, there are two types of sewerage system. One is using independent septic tank or IST, which can be built in situ, or using a prefabricated units, or well known as HDPE tanks. The second type is public centralized sewerage line. Is commonly available in city area, where it will then discharge the grey water to the nearest local sewerage treatment plant, or well known as STP. Let's have a look at the photo in the slide. There are a group of people working in the area of STP. So that's how STP looks like. And the green tanks is actually the IST. Looking at the diagram above, this is how the IST looks like from the inside. There are two chambers, complete with one inlet and one outlet, and not to mention the manhole for any maintenance work. Let's move on to the telephone and communication system. For the building to be connected to a telephone and internet line, a communication system needs to be in place. Telecom Malaysia is the only service provider that manage and maintain this infrastructure. In more complex building, the communication system components includes 1. Telecommunication distribution box, 2. Private automated branch exchange or PABX, 3. Telephone riser or distribution box, 4. Wall ports for internet, telephone, and LAN, 5. Wireless connection network. This consists of modem, router, and switch. And last but not least, a server room for data center. Fire safety system. When the building is on fire, it should be able to protect itself by providing firefighting equipment. This is called active fire safety measures, where it will help the building user or fireman to fight fire. There are 7 active fire safety systems in a building. Starts with number 1, fire alarm and PA system or public address system. The second one is automatic sprinkler system. Number 3 is fire hydrant. Next is dry and wet riser system. The next is hose reel and fire extinguisher. Number 6 is smoke extraction system. And lastly, staircase or lobby pressurization system. We will learn this in more detail in module number 5. What you can see on the screen right now is an example of a fire alarm system. It consists of number 1, manual break glass, number 2, heat detector, and number 3, smoke detector. These 3 act as the sensor to trigger the fire alarm system. The signal then sent to the control panel to process the data and activate the alarm bell and siren. This is to give alert and inform the building occupant that the fire breaks inside the building. Right, let's move on to building transportation system. To assist the end user movement inside a building, lift and escalator play an important role. Example, uplift heavy goods and material, we need services lift. For reaching higher floor in tower building, we need passenger lift. Reaching disabled person to upper floor, we need disabled lift. Speed up human traffic movement at airport terminal, we need travelator. Reaching immediate floor, we use escalator. For maintenance and work at height, we need gondola, or skylift. Here are a few points to elaborate on the importance of lift on the functioning of a building. Comfort need, movement, efficient for tall buildings, makes vertical movement quicker and easier for passenger and goods compared to other vertical transportation. Fire requirement, provide fire lift for the firefighters. Basic needs, to bring building user from one level to higher level in a building. Special needs, to ease access for passenger in wheelchairs or with walking aids, especially where wheelchair ramps would be impractical. Makes possible for building to build high. Non-residential building with more than 4-story must cater for lift system. I think that will be all for this time around, and stay tuned for the next module. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.